What's going on? Welcome back. Ryan here. In this video, we're talking about bar chart patterns. Now, let's get into a chart. Let's go with, let's see. Let's go with GameStop. All right, so here we got GameStop, and when we look at these bar charts here, right, we can come in here and we can actually, there's a lot of different ways we can change these charts, right? We can have them be bars, right? We can have them be candles. These are candles. We can have them we could have the Heikin-Ashi chart style, right? Could have a line graph. But coming back to the candles, really important to understand how we read these, right? So when we look at something like we'll take this big green one right here. We can see at the top, right? You could see the high, the low, and the close here, right? So the open was 123.49, right? Here's the open. The low of the day would be this little wick. And so here's the low, here's the open. Here's the high, which is that top wick. And then here is the close, right? Because this is a green bar, meaning that it closed up on the day. As opposed to this bar right here, right? Where here's where it opened, right? The open was 197.68, right about here. And then the high of the day was 218.93. And then the low of the day was 163.26. And then it closed below its open. Therefore, the candle is red, right? So the important thing to know about these bars and these candles is that there's a lot of information in them. And, you know, you can definitely see that when you couple the actual bar itself with the makeup of volume, right, that goes along with that price action, there's a lot of things that we can discover when like momentum is about to change, or when a move is about to start, right, or when trends change, right. There are specific patterns that form that are common patterns, and without digging into each of them, you know, in too much detail, right? You can go onto Google, you know, there's lots of places that have all of the little bar chart patterns and you know, their bullish or their bearish sentiment and what that means. But it's just important to understand that there's a lot of information in these that you can use when you're figuring out your entries and your exits. So again, you know, let's look at something else. Let's look at Apple. That's not. There we go. All right, so we got Apple here, and again, like for instance, if we look at just this little area right here, right? Where there was some support here, right? So think about just this bar right here, this little red bar, right? So it opened here, it went up a little bit, but then it went all the way down and it kind of touched where this support was, but then it traded back up and it still closed lower, but it seemed like kind of a bullish sentiment here, right? Where it touched low and then it traded back up, and then you could see that this had like a gap open, right? So this gapped up and opened, and then you could see that it eventually moved higher. And then right down here we had volume pickup, and okay, well, now we had volume drop off, but then again there was some support here, and then when volume picked back up, which you could see right here, you could have gotten into this trade purely based on that volume, and then again support here, and then again breakout to new all-time highs. So really paying attention to the volume along with these bar charts and just kind of understanding all of the information that they're showing you and being very present when you're watching the market unfold, because a lot of the things that you're looking for, the market is going to show you. Okay, so continually study the bar chart patterns, right? All of the different patterns, right? And kind of how they unfold and what they mean. But remember, there are no guarantees, right? Anything can happen at any given time. And again, we want to be confident. We want to educate ourselves and just be aware of everything that is happening in the market. So again, I look forward to our next video.